Fuck! Oh, shit! Both of you in a row. Both of you in a row. I got you on camera.
Confrontation caught on camera between a man driving a pickup and several cyclists near the Woodlands. When it was all over, one man was hurt, another was in jail. Here's our Drew Caritas.
Well, a cycling team was on their routine ride that stretches from the Woodlands through this Conroe neighborhood. And it's here where these cyclists say a driver intentionally tried to run them off the road.
He's just king of the road. He wanted us off of his road.
Yeah, one of the problems out on the streets is that oftentimes people do get hit.
You're riding all over the damn road, for one thing.
You drove right past us, no problem. You got in front of us, didn't you? You got in front of us. And then somebody tried, yeah, and you ran them off the road.
Yes, you're damn right.
Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Little homie, what you gonna do with your life? You wanna hustle, but you ain't doing it right. Thug to the end, just don't know why. Even if you're wrong, you know I'm gonna ride in the streets with the killers in the creeks. You don't wanna learn, but I still wanna teach. I told you, waste them weeks. Cause all you ever do is just chase them freaks. Don't do it.
I normally, on average, go 30 miles a day. I live about 14 miles away from my work, so that's the instant. You get 14 miles. Things that I'll do throughout the day, on average, I'll have 30 miles minimum a day.
Really don't have to worry, and it puts me in the point where I can just kind of chill, relax. Cycle trails are nice because traffic, you don't have to worry about them sneaking up and hitting you, because you can just relax. You take your own pace. You don't have to stop, go, try and keep up with traffic. You just kind of chill. So that's why cycle paths are really nice.
You know, what happens when the cars break the rules? You know, when people pass me too close right now, in many states, there's a 3-foot law.
Today I got run over by a truck on the feeder road, and it went over me, and it got my legs and the back of my bike and wasted my bike. My bike saved my legs though. I got up as fast as I went down.
The exact same laws probably are not going to work, particularly when I ride up to a red light and let's say there's 10 cars behind me, and I can ride on my little skinny piece that they give me up to the front of that line. Now, if there's no cars coming, I can sit there at that light and wait, and then we all take off at the same time, and all 10 of those cars have to try to figure out how to get around me safely. Or, while I'm waiting for the light, I can look and see no cars are coming. I can proceed out in front of them, and then I'll be up the road. They can actually see me up the road. They have time to get over. We're not both accelerating. I'm up to my little 15, maybe 20 miles an hour. We're not accelerating. I'm doing 5 miles an hour, and they're trying to do 25 miles an hour. Just ran in the back of us and hit us, and then they kept going. And, you know, I now hear that there's a lot more of a hit and runs on bicycles because there's traffic, people out. The common thing is, oh, I made a mistake, I'm getting out of here. And that's what happened to Chelsea Norman, you know, lady riding home after 10 o'clock at night, leaving Whole Foods Market, you know, just trying transportation back and forth to work, and some drunk driver hits her and kills her and keeps going.
Once he saw me in his mirror, he veered right and just slammed on the brakes, and I had no time to react, and I slammed right in the back of the truck.
Rick Savageau is now recovering with a fractured wrist and an injured shoulder and knee.
I realized that it happened, but at the same point, it was just kind of beyond me that the guy would do that.
People that tell me, get on the sidewalk. You know, I've had, many people yell at me like that. Most of the people that holler, get on the sidewalk, have no clue about how dangerous it is to ride on the sidewalk. They have no clue about, particularly on my bike, these $60, $80, $100 tires that I have that I don't want to bust riding in the glass on the sidewalk. And it's just, it's actually illegal to ride on the sidewalk.
The hit and runs, is honestly sick. I don't understand, how can you hit someone and not stop?
It's like, okay, I can hit him, but oh shoot, I hit a cyclist, better keep going. I don't understand how you have that mindset that you can hit someone and just drive on. It's okay, he was a cyclist, douchebag, should have been on the road, should have been on the sidewalk. It doesn't make sense to me. We are cyclists.
They're called ghost bikes, memorials to cyclists hit or killed on our city streets. They say they've put up enough ghost bikes and don't want to put up another one.
Another ghost bike, got to put up a ghost bike, and I was like, well, what's that all about? And I'd had a lot of death in my life recently up to that point. Two of my best friends died, and my mother died, and it just kind of was right along with what I was going through, this ghost bike thing, and it piqued my interest, and I kind of put it away in the back of my head. And over the next month or so, I went out and a friend of mine that I mowed a yard for had a bike he gave to me that was just junk. So I took it and I painted it, stripped it down, and I painted it white. And I just had it sitting out there.
So ghost bikes, they're like a memorial. When you go along the highway or along there and you see a cross or a statue or some, silk flowers, that's what ghost bikes are in the Houston or in the cycling community. It's a memorial for the person that passed away there, someone whose life was taken while on their bicycle. And that's our way of honoring them. And then
the ghost bikes are a way to get drivers and cyclists to understand that the streets are a very dangerous place, and we all have a responsibility.
See them, I think it's beautiful art. To see these white bikes, it's art.
Great way to use the last of a can. Get the spokes. Except for having to flip them over and do the tops of the seats and the tops of the handlebars. Everything else is done. And like I said, we got all the ones back there behind there that need to be done. I've got 53 to place. 53 ghost bikes, man, can you imagine? Now, for a while there, we had a problem with the trail system in Houston, people getting mugged. And it got to where people were wanting to carry their handguns. And, my son has a concealed handgun license, and when he rides, he carries. Because for a while there, it got weird. It hasn't been bad lately. They have a big problem with people stealing bikes.
I have heard about ghost bike thefts, and anything of any value now with the economy going down will be and can be stolen.
Like if I ever see a dude riding a ghost bike, I'm gonna kick their ass. No questions asked.
So you say ghost bike, well here's a bike that's chained up to a telephone pole that nobody's using. And in my neighborhood, there's been people inside the church when the people come by and steal the copper out of the air conditioner while church is in service and the air conditioner is running.
This hopefully will spread the word that bicyclists are people too. We have just as much right to live as the next person, and no one wants to run into anybody on a bike. I know that. It would just ruin their day too. Just keep your eyes open. Drive safe. Treat the person on the road that's there beside you like you would like them to treat you. That's pretty much it.
Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Little homie, what you gonna do with your life? You wanna hustle, but you ain't doing it right. Thug to the end, just don't know why. Even if you're wrong, you know I'm gonna ride in the streets with the killers in the creeps. You don't wanna learn, but I still wanna teach. I told you, waste them beats. Cause all you ever do is just chase them freaks. Don't do it. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head. Don't lose your head.